Hey, what's going on YouTube? So today I'm going to show you how much I made in dividend income over the last month. Now, what we're going to do is hop over here on the computer so you can follow directly along. And it's been a little bit of time since I actually did a video update on my current portfolio. So right over here, you're going to see our current value on this portfolio is sitting at $53,864. This is by far the most we've ever had recorded here on the channel as far as value. Obviously, the market goes up and down, so sometimes, it's going to be a little bit lower, but because we haven't filmed in a little while with other things going on, this has grown pretty nicely over the last little while. So let's kind of break down and see how we've done over this little time period here. So you can see in the last day, it was a decent day, up about 58 bucks. If we go over the last week, we actually have a gain of $612 pretty much, 40 of which has been earned dividends. Now, earned dividends doesn't mean it's already in my account. That just means it passed the ex-dividend date for us to be able to claim those dividends. If we go look at the last month, we're up almost $1,600 over the last month, which is pretty exciting, just considering how the market's been moving. 83 of that has been earned dividends. If we go to the quarter, we're actually up $5,321 over the last quarter. Like, that makes me really excited to see this account continue to grow, especially as we start investing more money into the account itself. You can see $135 of which over the last quarter has been earned dividends. Now, if we go to the year, you can see here we're at $8,793 for the year, $443 of which has been earned dividends. And then in its all time, we hit the nice milestone of over $10,404 in this account. Now, keeping in mind that this gain right here that we see is actually a little bit of a mix between earned dividends and stocks that I've actually sold before for a profit but kept the money in the account. So some of that has already been claimed and utilized. So for those that are curious, when it comes to the unrealized gains, we're sitting at a total of $8,842, which is about a 20% gain almost. Well, 19.64. And the reason there's that different number is just because of how they're tracked. This is unrealized gains. This is money weighted. I do like both for different reasons and different functionalities. So just something to keep that in mind with. But let's go ahead and take a look and see how much did we actually earn in dividends this month. Is this our best month ever? Was this month the month that we, hit new goals and hit new numbers? Let's go ahead and plug in and see this. Now, actually, before I do that, real quick, if you are somebody who's curious about, checking out M1 Finance and have it function the way I do, like, slices and do all the functions that this platform does, I'll have a link for you in the show notes down below. That does help support out the channel if you want to sign up for M1 Finance, but it does give you a nice little bonus. So it's kind of a great win-win there for you. Get started with a little extra money. Now, let's go ahead and plug in and see what we had here under our activities for dividends. So let's go ahead and filter through that. Now, of course, we're filming this a little bit into the next month, so you're going to see a few of those other dividends. But let's go ahead and plug these in, and then we're going to see our spreadsheet to see how much we've earned total for the year too. So not only do you get to see this month, but you get to see year-to-date numbers as well. So you can see here for August, we got paid out. The very first time in August was on the 9th, so it's definitely a little bit into the month, and that was with Texas Instrument. It has two different deposits in here, but you can see the first one was for 16 cents, and the second one was for $5.10. Now, the next one after that was August 12th, and that was with Apple, and you can see this one was $9.28. So we're close to the double digits when it comes to the dividend earnings with Apple, which is really nice. Obviously, we have them for a lot more growth than dividends, but still, nonetheless, it's always great to get them. And then the next day here on the 13th, we got paid out from Costco for a total of $3.16. And you can see here on the 16th, we got paid out from Ally Bank for $6.65. Now, we've had them for a long time. I'm debating on keeping them or if I should just sell off the stocks and then use that money to invest into the other stocks that I have for my financial sector. Then you can see here the 27th of August, we actually got paid out from Starbucks for a total of $5.70 on there. So those are the companies. Let's go ahead and plug in those numbers and see where we're at. I'm actually going to zoom in here real quick. So we actually zoom out, I should say, real quick. So my head's kind of covering it right over here, but you can see that our total right over here for dividends actually paid out has been $476 in M1 Finance. Our monthly average right now, not including September, because obviously it just started, our monthly average has been $35.45. We've talked on the channel plenty of times about, getting to $1,000 a month. Obviously hitting $100 a month is going to be the first goal we want to get, but then after that, we want to get to that $1,000 plus as well too. So Nice to see that. Nice to see like the quarterly dividends and the monthly dividends. If you're somebody that's interested in getting this spreadsheet, I actually have it for free. I will link it up in the show notes down below for you with this terrible arrow, so you guys can check that out down below. And while you're down there, one thing I do want to mention real quick too is if you are somebody with student loans, check out the link I'll have down there with Earnest. They are actually a student loan refinance company that lets you refinance entirely for free on your student loans, which means if you have high interest, you can lower that to save you potentially thousands of dollars on your student loans, which then you can take some of that money that you save every month and invest it into the stock market, which I think is a brilliant way to do it. But of course, you could do however you want. And that link actually does help support out the channel, but it gives you a nice $100 bonus for going through there and refinancing your student loans entirely free. So it doesn't cost you anything, maybe takes you an hour or two of your time, but that money that you're going to save over the course of that student loan is going to be amazing. And just imagine the compound interest you're going to get for having that money invested into the market, which I think is cool if you decide to go that route. So you can see here, so for August of 2021, we earned a total of $30.05 for the entire month. Now, obviously that's not like incredible for the amount of money we have, but we're focused on dividend growth rather than just the current dividend yield that we have. So we're trying to build up the companies that have the opportunity to grow a lot over the next couple of years that will increase the amount of dividends that we earn, not really focus on it today. Plus, I don't want to pay the taxes on all that stuff anyway. So what we're going to want to do is do a couple comparisons here. So if we look at last year, so last year in August of 2020, we earned a total of $21.81. So a decent increase from the year prior. And then if you look at 2019, from 25 cents to $30, you're definitely seeing a massive increase in the amount of dividends we've earned. The other thing I like to do is compare this to the quarter or the month last year, or the month in the last quarter, which was going to be May of 2021, which you can see here, we earned a total of $28.07. So we gained a little bit, almost an extra $2 this quarter than we did 3 quarters ago. So a decent increase. Probably like to see it a little bit higher in the future as far as growth, but still nonetheless, we are moving in the right direction, which is increasing the amount of dividends that we're earning every single quarter in that same month period, because obviously the companies are typically paying out in quarter increments. So if you look at July was $25.53, so we beat that, which is nice, seeing as the first month of every new quarter is usually the lowest one for us, but still nonetheless, if we go ahead and continue to focus on all of our things that we're doing here. So if we go down here, we're going to see some new information. So if we, let me actually scroll down a little bit more just so we get all that insight. So if we look here, so we're 2 months into the quarter 3 right now. So we're a total of the first and second month of this quarter adding up to $55.58, which is actually still a little under what we made in 2020, but we still have one more month to go, which is August, which is usually our best month of this quarter. So we should for sure see being past that by a long shot, which is really nice. And then you can see if we look at the last quarter prior, we're a little over halfway from what we made in last quarter. But obviously 2021 Q1 is our best month thus far, or sorry, best quarter thus far going through this whole process. So as we keep growing and expanding this, obviously these numbers are going to keep getting better. So 2022, 2023 are going to look really interesting over the next, couple of quarters overall. Now, if you look at our year to date so far, we have actually paid out $283.63. Obviously, this is the money that's officially been paid out, nothing that's in the earned dividends section just yet from M1 Finance, so that's why there's like a difference in those numbers. But nonetheless, you can see right over here, we've definitely way outpaced how much we've earned in 2020 thus far. We're well over almost $100 from what we earned in 2020, and we still got one full quarter and one whole month left on top of that. So 4 months to add up on top of what we made in 2020 to far outpace it. So right there, I'm really excited to see where it goes and how it's going to build up for the long term. But what I want you to do next is not only make sure you check out those links down below that we mentioned, but if you want to keep on learning and growing with like checking out dividends and increasing that amount, checking out these videos right over here, I'm going to kind of break those things down of hitting like the $1,000 a month and making more money on your dividends over time. My name is Dennis, and I'll see you in that next video.